Novak, Adam Ross, Florida Tennis, congratulations on your win. We had an opportunity to speak to Grigor Dimitrov, your friend and colleague, a few moments ago. I want to get his quote right. He said, "You wear confidence like a stain on your shirt. It's beautiful to see, and only a few athletes on earth possess that quality." How do you react to a statement like that from someone you respect so much? And just curious on your thoughts on that. Thank you.
Very grateful to hear something like that coming from someone that I really respect as a player, but even more than a player, as a person. You know, someone that I consider a friend. You know, a guy that I really love spending time with off the court as well. And you know, Bulgaria, Serbia, neighboring countries, so we share a lot of, I guess, tradition and culture and a lot of things in common, you know, and language is quite similar. So yeah, he's been around the tour for many years. It's a great compliment to receive that from him, and just, yeah, as I say, very grateful, obviously, to be able to share the court with him once again. Hopefully we can have, yeah, a few more battles before we retire. You know, we've been playing for quite a long time.
Yes, I mean, something very specific and something very broad. The specific thing is, you know, you mentioned the other day, like, serve, serve, serve. Like, is that something you were focused on the last couple weeks in order to, or the last couple months in order to get that, you know, to a certain level, you know, to improve that? I mean, 87% and whatever you served the other day is kind of ridiculous. Yeah. But then, and then also just very broad, you're on the verge of 100. And I realize it's another match to play, but even just getting this close to it, sort of, where is that in your head, if at all?
I wouldn't say particularly we paid so much attention to the serve prior to this tournament that it needed to be, you know, worked on separately from all the other shots in order to get it to a desired level. I think I've been serving pretty well this year. Maybe some other elements in my game haven't been working particularly well, but serve was solid. But I mean, this is a whole different level of serving, obviously. I mean, I did not expect myself to top the serving performance of last match, where I had 83% and I had 87 today. So I missed, I think, 5 or 6 serves in the whole match. So that's really amazing, amazing standard and really high standard. So it helps. I think the court is played pretty quick here, comparing to, well, I haven't played 6 years, but 6 years ago I remember it was much slower. So so it does really work great when you have a big serve and you get the 3 points off that first serve. And I mean, at times in the last couple of matches, I must say, I was joking with Tim Henman in the post-match interview that I now know how it feels like to be, you know, Isner or Pelka, you know, and just, you know, make most of your first serves, and maybe not as many aces as these guys, but yeah, it does help tremendously. You know, it just releases, you know, that unnecessary pressure from all the other shots in your game. Then you can kind of put more pressure on the return games on your opponent, and obviously I'm a baseline player, and most of my career return and backhand is probably the shots that have been talked about the most when it comes to my game and success. Maybe the serve has been a bit underrated, but I always liked my serve, particularly when it comes to accuracy and precision. That's what I was looking for. I was never really looking to ramp up the miles per hour on the serve. I mean, it's great if you can serve 130 miles an hour serve, but I'd rather serve at 120 miles an hour and hit the line and hit the perfect spot in the box, because that's what either wins you a point or gives you an easy first shot in the rally. So yeah, I mean, we did work on the serve, don't get me wrong, but we did not only work on that. We actually paid more attention to some other shots in the game with Andy, but you know, serve is very fluent this tournament, I must say, and it's also great to know that I was able to serve that well and that consistent in conditions like today that were really tricky, with wind swirling on the court, changing directions, and he was struggling, obviously with his first serve percentage because of that. But I guess I'm managing that shot really well in my game.
Is this the 100?
Sorry?
With the 100 matches, is that in your head?
Title?
Titles, sorry.
100 matches was a long time ago, my friend. But yeah, of course it is. It is. Ever since I won my 99th, which was the Olympic Games in Paris, I've been playing every tournament with prospect of winning the special 100 title. So I played finals of Shanghai. I was close there. Semifinals of Australia, and then been trying to find that necessary and much needed level of tennis that will put me in a position to fight for a trophy, a big trophy. So that's what I've been doing this week, to be honest. And I've been very happy with the way I prepared for the tournament, the way I've been playing. I haven't dropped a set, so it's a great opportunity. Let's see what happens in 2 days.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about playing in front of Lionel Messi, and did you talk to him after? I know you guys kind of know a little bit about, you know each other a little bit. What's your relationship with him? What was it? I think you said it was the first time you've played in front of him.
Yeah, I think, it was the first time I played in front of him. I've watched him play a few times. I think finals of World Cup I watched when he won with Argentina, and I watched him, I think, last year once. It was, I think, in LA with Inter Miami. So obviously thrilled to have him, to have his whole family. I did see him after the match, came by the locker room, so we spent some time and talking and exchanged gifts. And
What were the gifts?
yeah, you'll see the photos. But it's a huge honor. I mean, he's such a great athlete, not just a football player, and his impact on the world of sport in the last 20 years has been immense. And to have him watch me live, obviously, brings me great joy and excitement, and also a bit of pressure, to be honest. And I was rated by one of his sons today as 8 out of 10, which is pretty good. I said, he with a serious face told me that I have to make 10 out of 10 next match. So I have quite a bit of pressure from Messi's son there. But yeah, we joked around, and it was nice to meet with his whole family. It was a very touching moment for me because, it's one thing that he comes, but then bringing his whole family, his kids, his wife, as a young father myself, and I know what that means. It's different when you bring the whole family. So I was very touched by that, and his willingness to spend some time after, and I value that time with him. It's a wonderful moment for me and for this tournament and tennis in general, for him to be here.
We can take one more there.
Novak, 5 unforced errors, not so bad, as you said before, but talk about looking ahead to Fritzy and this kid Mensik. You played, obviously, 10-0 against Taylor, but he seems to get better every year. Mensik, big serve. I think he had a tough 3-setter against him. Talk about the matchups.
Yeah. Well, I think going to play, whoever I face on Sunday, I'm going to have to return well, because the serving from both of these guys this tournament has been also very big, like my serving performance. But these guys have more miles per hour as well, and just also big, precise serves, and just big game. Both of these guys, Taylor, fantastic match against Berrettini last night, and he's, as you said, he's getting better, and I agree with that. He's moving better than he was before. And that's impacting positively his game. He's obviously an American, playing an American tournament, big support. So yeah, I guess for both of them, it's going to be the first Miami finals. For me, not my first, but I look forward to it. As I said in my previous answer, really wanted to find the best game that I can play for myself in this tournament, which I did, and putting myself in a great position to win the title against both players. I have positive score head-to-head, which doesn't necessarily win the match on Sunday, but it's good to know that. And I'm hoping I'm going to focus on my game, because I know what I need to do tactically against both of the guys, but my goal is to be able to play on a high level as I have, particularly in the last couple of matches, and that's going to put me in a really good position.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Novak.